When Fred and Mrs. Sayles struck diamonds. The farmer wants a wife, you've often heard that said, and that adage was true of our celebrated Fred. One who could lift a bale or carry a pail and collect the new-laid eggs, and he knew right well he'd be able to tell by the welly marks on her legs. Around all the young farmers' clubs he did circulate, until a maid did catch his eye, a lass from Ambergate. Just sweet 16, our fair Christine, he wooed with words of passion. But gentleman he, no nonsense she, for in those days that was the fashion. Fred made them all their tea when he got up with the lark, and Mum had meetings down in Cryche that went on after dark, and the kids stayed up late until they heard the gate and the headlights down the lane. "Hurry up," said Fred, and they jumped into bed. For years it was the same. Fred knocked Edge Farm into shape, and she did the same to Fred. And the kids brought their young farmer friends, expecting to be fed. But Fred worked them hard out in the yard, mucking out and humping bales, for a sponge and a scone happily put upon, and they addressed them as Fred and Mrs. Sayles. And Christine studied hours and hours, and became a reader in time, and churchwarden Fred the church repaired with a piece of baling twine. They held barn dance fundraisers and never ceased to amaze us when Christine fell over the hay and got stuck head first, but what is much worse, Dennis remembers it till this day. There was no such thing as a quick stroll on the path down by the farm, for if Christine saw you passing by, there'd be a wave of a welcoming arm, and there'd be tea and cakes and more home bakes and fresh buttered scones too. And there'd be tales from Fred of people long dead, some of which were true. And I know from anonymous sources that these tales are by no means all, how Sister Jane frantically cleaned the house whenever Christine came to call, and when in France by some mischance they lost their little boy Chris, how if the wine's nearly emptied and someone is tempted to finish it, red wine will keep, she insists. So, as you pass through that nick in the edge, the country opens like a welcome, where the sky sparkles and the dew glistens like diamonds on the grass. For time has moulded this place into diamonds. Mrs. Sayles would cry out to Fred if he shuffled a bit, "Stride out, man!" But they strode out together. Well done. Well done. You have done well.
Oh, hi, Fred and Christine. We're so sorry. I'm so sorry we can't be with you, and I hope you enjoy Martin's contribution. Have a wonderful time, and we'll hear all about it. Lots of love.